today we have, we are conducting this session to help a bunch of students, who have reached out to us saying that they have a, set of queries on CMA US. So as you are aware, we have launched the CMA US course a few days ago, probably a few weeks ago. And we thought, when everybody has these set of questions, why not, conduct a webinar and, clear out all the queries, right? So I'm already getting some questions. There are a bunch of you who have already, raised these questions in the Google form that we have circulated. We will address each one of those questions. So here is Rahul who's saying, good evening. Can you please say in detail registration, coaching fee, exam, how much, everything? Of course, Rahul will cover all of that. So just stay tuned. It's probably a 30 to 40 minutes presentation where during which we'll take you through everything that you have. So just please be patient and relax and go through what we say. And please do make notes if you wish to, right? And I also have with me Suraj, who will at some point take over the presentation with respect to. Right. So first, let us start off. We chose top 10 FAQs right now. Obviously, there's an unlimited list of FAQs. We chose top 10. And these top 10 are as follows. What exactly is CMA? This is one specific question which I get because a lot of students, whom we have interacted with, do tend to get confused that, Indian CMA or Indian CWA, how is it similar to US CMA? Is it cost and management accounting and all of that? So just to clarify, what is this whole CMA? CMA is a global certification. It is certified management accounting. Okay, certified management accountant rather. It is a global certificate which is recognized in 150 plus countries. It is something similar. Okay, please note my words. It is something similar to Indian CWA, but there are a lot of variations. When I say similar, because Indian CMA also talks about cost and management accounting or management accounting per se, whereas the US CMA most likely talks about the management accounting as a whole, right? Whereas in Indian CMA you learn a bunch of other things also. We'll come to that, right? And just like Indian CA has its counterpart as CPA, Indian CMA, in one way we can think that CMA US is a counterpart from US side. Right, it is recognized in over 150 countries, has more than 1.4 lakh members, and it is for finance professionals. This is certified management accountant, and it is run by, or rather, it is a certification given by the Institute of Management Accountants. So the body, just like ICAI or ICMA or ICSI, the body is called Institute of Management Accountants, IMA, and the course that they are offering is called CMA. Do they have other courses? Yes, they have other courses. Please go and check their website. Okay, we are here to talk about CMA, which is Certified Management Accountant. Okay, now next question next FAQ that people have asked, why do I need to do CMA US? What is the big thing that I get, or what is the rationale for doing CMA US? Okay, so CMA US is something which helps you specialize in finance and accounting, and more specifically, management accounting skills. It helps you get solid. Because we have seen the course and Suraj himself has taught CMA students. It gives you very good skills with respect to finance and accounting and management accounting. If you're looking for pure GST or tax or law, those are not covered. But a lot of concepts of management accounting, finance, they're all covered in this. When you cover, when you do a course like this, where do you get placed? So, you have a lot of MNCs that are looking for business accountants, business analysts, that are looking for management accountant, business finance folks. So they are looking for people in those areas. Even Big Fours actually recruit, and they give them very, 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 very attractive pay packages. Now, it is something that you must do if you're interested in, pursuing a career path that is based on, management accounting or, more like business finance and so on and so forth. This is the, course that you should typically do. Right.
So just want to add, for the clarity of other students, right? Suraj this side, a lot of you would already be, taking our classes. So one big difference, as Sriram pointed out, right? When you look at CMA US, that's the course that is being offered, you don't learn things like taxation. Like whereas when you come to Indian CMA, that is cost and management accountants, there is a lot of focus on taxation. There is a lot of focus on audit, right? There is a lot of focus on Indian laws. Whereas if you look at CMA US, it is more based on your financial reporting, financial management, strategic financial management, related costing, decision analysis, performance management. We'll come to the subjects. There are slides after that, but it is more focused on managerial aspects of finance rather than the compliance part, right?
Correct.
Whereas if you look at CMA in India, we have finance, we have financial management, we have accounting, we also have compliance. So we are like, we can do anything and everything under the sun. Whereas this becomes more specialized towards managerial finance kind of a role, or maybe suits some kind of audit related role, right? So that is one difference what you should understand, because earlier the thing that used to be is, if you do US CMA, you will also get Indian CMA and all of that. So that is why there's a lot of confusion in students' mind that CA is CPA, CMA is CMA, but somewhere this CMA is slightly tilted towards the managerial finance side. Compliance part like taxation and all of US audits and all of US are taken care by CPA, right? So that is one difference to put things into context.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Suraj. So let us move to the next FAQ. I will cover all FAQs. Okay, please don't mind. There are 10 FAQs, and I will also cover all the questions that you have raised either in the chat or what you have put up in the the form. Right, here are two screenshots we have taken from LinkedIn just today. Okay, this is not something old. These are the kind of jobs that they are there. Deputy manager, PMO lead, IBM Bangalore. Okay, they are looking for certified management accountant. Second is Swiss Re. Swiss Re, I don't know how many of you are aware, it is a large reinsurer. Okay, it is a Switzerland-based reinsurer. They're a very large one, and they are also looking for someone in who has a CA or a CMA. So you see here, for some specific roles, CMA, a person who has a CMA qualification can actually do the same job as what a CA does for some specific roles. But it is, but you cannot say that, they both are same, right? The qualifications are not same. With respect to certain roles, they both are very, the work that is expected requires either a CA or a CMA qualification. Okay, so this is one more thing I want to highlight. Next question is eligibility, duration, and scope. Somebody is pinging questions. I will come to your questions. Eligibility, duration, and scope. This is the third FAQ. Eligibility is you have to finish your 10+2. That is, in order to write CMA, you have to finish your class 12. Right, as a student. So a student is someone who's finished class 12 and is pursuing their bachelor's. Okay, that is the fundamental difference between anyone who's called or categorized as a student. Moment you finish your bachelor's, you are categorized as a professional. Moment you finish your bachelor's from an accredited university, or you finish your CA or anything like that, you are categorized as a professional. So there is difference between student and professional, both from fee perspective and the way you get some kind of scholarship and all of that. We will come to that. But idea is basically there are two ways, these two kinds of entry into this. One, either after +2, when you are pursuing your bachelor's. Some people have asked me whether masters, I'm pursuing my masters, does it qualify as a student? No, absolutely no. Only a bachelor's degree, pursuing a bachelor's degree will count as a student. Now, somebody will come and say, I am doing my CA inter, I did not do my bachelor's. If you're doing your CA inter and you've not done your bachelor's, if let us you have not at all done your bachelor's degree, then you'll be treated as a bachelor student only. Right? However, if you finished any qualification, you've finished CA final and you become a chartered accountant or a company secretary or a cost accountant or any of those qualifications, you'll be treated as a professional. Okay, so that is to clarify. Provided you have if you have already done bachelor's degree, anyway you become treated as a professional. If you have not done bachelor's degree but have finished a professional course, then also you'll be treated as a professional. And the duration, it is exams can be theoretically, technically you can take exam even tomorrow morning once you register. Okay, but it doesn't work that way. Suraj will actually explain the subjects and the time and depth it takes. We believe it takes you anywhere between 6 to 12 months to actually prepare for your exams properly. And friends, please note, these are computer-based exams. And these exams are not like, you randomly walk in and write. Okay, so there is some element of, preparation that is required. Just because you're a CA or you have some other qualification doesn't mean that you will automatically go and, excel in this exam. It is not. So you require anywhere between 6 to 12 months of preparation. Now, I will, pass on the, session to Suraj, who will actually help us, help you guys get a clear idea of the subjects, of how the exam is conducted, and why it takes 6 to 12 months. Over to you, Suraj.
just by raise of hands or in the chat box, how many of you are not pursuing CA, CS, CMA kind of courses in India? Anyone out here, or everyone here is either pursuing CA, CS, and trying to get additional qualifications? Okay, so no one has raised the hand, so I presume all of you are either pursuing CA or
no. Two people raised, Suraj. Two people raised.
Fine. Good. Okay. So now two things when it comes to the subject areas. The reason why I asked this question is a lot of CA students would have already heard about these topics, but the type of questions that are asked in the examination, the type of case studies questions that are asked in the examination is way different. Okay, so content wise it may be simpler, but the level of testing is as tough as it happens in case of professional exams in India. And you need decent exam writing skills apart from solving MCQs. So coming to the subjects, there are two parts. They keep on changing syllabus content about once in 3-4 years. Some content here, some content there, some new thing around technology gets added. So part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is more towards your financial reporting, right? Your accounting standards, those equivalent US GAAP. How do you prepare and present financial statements? Those parts are covered in your external financial reporting decisions, right? That is the first thing. Then second is your planning, budgeting, and forecasting. So if once you start working, you would realize that there are dedicated teams inside corporate houses which house this team called the management accounting team. So the role would be to plan for the next year, budget for the next year, what kind of cash flows are they projecting. All of those areas are covered in this planning, budgeting, and forecasting. Basically, so just to give you a perspective, in the next year, how much of sales is being expected, how much of expenses are being expected, what is the budget for each level of expenses, then what are the capital expenditure that are to be done. All those areas are covered in that planning, budgeting, and forecasting. Earlier it used to be 30%, around 30% of the syllabus. Now they have reduced the the weightage of that in the examination. Content remains the same. Then we have things around performance management. Now, performance management, is more about how to evaluate performance, your things around standard costing, variance analysis, balance scorecard, your financial measures, non-financial measures. All of that is covered as a part of performance management. Then you have cost management, typical cost accounting, what we see, cost and management, what we call your types of cost, then decision making around cost and all of that. Then internal controls, this is more to do with audit. Technology and analytics, to talk about technology, what will impact finance and all of that. So that is part 1. Then you have part 2, which is first one is financial statement analysis. Now, what is the difference between reporting and analysis? Reporting is you take the books of accounts, prepare financial statements, and that is your financial reporting. What is analysis? Year on year, how much have we grown? How does our company compare with other companies? Right. So all of these things around analysis, comparing various ratios and all of that is covered under financial statement analysis. Then comes corporate finance. This has more to do with various sources of finance, the capital markets broadly, your security analysis part of it, something like strategic financial management or financial management. Then we have decision analysis. Now, decision analysis is something which is linked to your cost management. So in decision analysis, you will learn about marginal costing, your cost volume profit analysis, break-even analysis. All of that is covered in decision analysis. Then you have risk management, something to do with, not exactly audit, how to manage the risk in an entity. What are the types of risks they face and how to manage those risks, right? Then investment decisions. These are basically your capital budgeting decisions. And lastly, professional ethics. Now, any one of you who is looking at this syllabus structure, you would feel that are these not the same subjects that they teach us in CA or CMA? Yes, almost all of these subjects are taught there. But then the way they have packaged it or the way the exams are conducted is 6 subjects. See, basically part 1 is 6 subject, part 2 is 6 subject. 6 subjects together, you will be tested in one single paper, right? So there's a lot of interlinkages. There's a lot of case studies approach and all of that. Depth may not be as you will not find depth that you see in a CA course, but you need to be aware of the basics, right? So that is why it is content heavy, and you need to, put a lot of efforts to pass this examination. It's not something that, it is a cakewalk, but this degree, once you, have all this knowledge and a professional certification, they are widely accepted. Like, Sriram showed you a couple of firms which are hiring. I've been in touch with, a couple of my friends in Big Four. So they are also hiring. They have started hiring CMS because apparently there's a lot of demand around accountants, and because they're not getting, enough CAs or, CPAs and all of that, CMS are also being hired. I'm not putting this, course at a lower level. It is just that it has started picking up recently. Then we have companies like Investcos, which also hires CMAs, right? So for a lot of MNCs, especially those based out of US and Middle East, this is one profession where, which we are seeing demand being picking up. Yeah.
Somebody is asking, can you suggest an institute where you can study? Yes, OneFin by Indicolan is the institute where you can study. Raja, right? So OneFin by Indicolan, that is us. Indicolan.com. You can go to our website, or onefin.in/CMA-US. You can go there. You can enroll with us.
Yeah, and I have taught CMS students in the past. I have taught like right from almost 80% of part 1 and 50-60% of part 2, and we can definitely give you the best quality education that is possible in these fields. With, and I think we have more slides to come up with our
we'll respond to all the queries.
So I think we can take up the questions there.
Yeah, but Suraj, that exam pattern, how many hours and how many marks? And
so the exam pattern is, exam pattern is 2. There are 2. So okay, 2 things. One is you can write part 1 and part 2 separately. You need not write both the parts together, right? So there would be 400 marks of objective type question and 100 marks of case study question. Now, what happens in this kind of examination is these are computer-based examination. You need to score minimum of 50% in the objective type question to write the essay examination. We call it essay. Okay. So you have 100 questions MCQs followed by your essay type question. Unless you score 50% in objective type question, you would not be allowed to write the essay part, right? So that is the broad pattern of the examination. The moderated score that you need to clear the examination is 360. Because exams happen on different dates, they try to they scale it up, scale it down, and they give you something called a moderated score.
The 360 is for both parts combined?
No, single part.
Achha, each part 360, each part is for 500 marks, right?
Yes.
So they have to score 360 out of 500, which is 72%.
So you have 100 multiple choice questions or objective type questions, which is 3 hours exam. Then for essay, you get you have 2 questions, case scenarios. You'll have 7-8 bits in that essay question, for which you get 1 hour. That requires good speed of typing. You need to be fast at reading and also at typing.
And there is no negative marking?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that covers the aspect around exam. And you can write part 1 today, part 2 tomorrow, or part 2 today, part 1 tomorrow. So
generally there are 3 testing windows. I do not suggest, unless the student is very smart and knows everything under the sun. I would suggest to take 2 parts, separately, not, because though, again, I'll tell you, the only 2 books, okay, about 300 to 400 pages short books. But then the number of MCQs you need to practice, the number of essay type questions you need to practice. It's a dense content, right? So that way. Yeah. So would not suggest. There are 3 windows like Jan, Feb, May, June, and September, October. You can, take it up in any of the window that suits you. Yeah.
So now coming to the next one, where how are CMA India and CMA US different from each other? What is the fundamental difference? We have explained it, most of it. CMA US you can finish it off in a year, whereas CMA US India will take you at least 3 years. Eligibility is obviously class 12, as I said, and it is conducted by the Institute of Management Accountants. It is in 2 parts. They don't call it levels. There are 2 parts. Why they don't call it level is there is no one after the other. You can do both of them together also, which is why
you can do part 2 first also, by the way. Part 2 first,
exactly.
Part 1 is also possible.
Yes, exactly. So there is no levels. There is no progression. It is one shot you can take. And pass criteria is 360 out of 500. You don't have this 50% for each subject, 40% each, 50% aggregate and all that. Recognition, is globally recognized for CMA US, whereas for CMA India, it is largely an Indian recognition. There are no exemptions for CMA US. That I'm making it very clear. Even if you are a PhD in finance, you don't get any exemption. You have to write everything altogether. Okay, there are no exemptions for anyone. CA, CMA, CS, CPA, anything, you will not get any exemption. And there is no requirement of articleship. Okay, there is no requirement of articleship for CMA US. So what jobs do you get once you complete CMA US? You get jobs like what we said: management accountant, financial analyst, treasurer, internal auditor, corporate controller, chief financial officer. See, basically, we're not talking about things like tax specialist or audit specialist. Here also, they have not said statutory auditor. They've said internal auditor. Why? They've covered internal audit, technology, risk management. Those are the topics typically what you study in internal audit, right? So you look at the kind of jobs that you get. They are towards a certain direction, right? They are not in this direction of taxation or law or pure statutory audit. Okay, please note that part.
So then, just to add, sorry, Shram, just to add one more thing. CMA US typically the hiring happens more. I'm not making up it's a blanket statement, but more often than not they are absorbed by the manufacturing sector.
Correct.
Right. Whereas CMA, if you look at it, will be more towards service sector or handling operations of some MNCs. So that is where the difference arises.
So you're saying CMA US is service, CMA India is manufacturing.
More orientation would be higher towards manufacturing and that's.
Okay. Okay. Next one. How hard is it to crack? So this is a very it is a iffy question. It depends on us as students, how much effort you put in. It depends on the kind of effort that you put in, and it depends on the kind of planning. So it is neither easy, not hard. It depends on you, right? It depends on the people who are coaching you also, because the way you learn and the way you practice, the way you do the whole thing also matters. Now, what is the certification process? Somebody was actually asking you, referring to some kind of 2 years and all of that stuff that is covered in this. Now, certification means when do you get this degree called CMA? When do you get that certificate? You get that degree. How do you get the degree? First, you have to, enroll with IMA. Then you have to pass the exam, right? Now, for enrolling, either as a student or bachelor, we discussed. Then you necessarily need to complete graduation. You necessarily need to complete graduation from an accredited university. Okay. Now, somebody might ask that, I finished, I don't want to do graduation at all. I will finish directly CA or CMA or CS. Things like that. There are separate requirements, that can be handled. And I don't think that is a concern because those degrees are also recognized, right? However, graduation degree is must. And you have to achieve work experience. Now, what is this work experience? You have to put 2 years of full-time continuous work experience in related areas. This can be done either before writing the exam in relevant areas or after writing the exam in relevant areas, right? So this can be this graduation and work experience have to be acquired either before or within 7 years after writing the exam. Okay, so within next 7 years, you have to do this. Only after you submit all these documents, you get a certificate as a CMA. Okay, now if I just pass the exams, am I treated less than someone who's got CMA and not got a CMA certification? No. When you go for jobs, especially if you're a fresher, where will you get those 2 years experience from? I mean, you can't magically produce that experience, no? So people understand the fact that, this is your first job or it is probably your second job and you don't have experience. You may be a graduate, you may have completed the exam, you may have succeeded in the exam. You will be treated on par with someone who has a certification, especially when it comes to your first job or second job. Let us say you're doing this after a considerable period of time. Obviously, then there will be differences. But typically, if it's your first job, it does not have an impact if that you don't, if you don't have CMA certification. Somebody is asking a question whether CA articleship is considered. So we have checked this with the institute. They have specifically said that that kind of work is not considered typically because in CA articleship you primarily do taxation, audit, law, and statutory audit. Right, those areas are not what are the primary areas of CMA. If let us say you have worked your CA articleship entirely in your internal audit, or you have worked it on business finance, or you have done something related to finance or financial management, you can go and make an application and the process will go through. You have to submit relevant documentation and all of that. But saying that I have done 3-year articleship for CA or CMA, I have done some articleship, kindly consider it doesn't work that way. We have checked this with the institute very, very specifically. Anything you want to add, Suraj?
No, good. That's good.
Okay. So now this is one question that somebody is, I think, pinned it, some Rahul or somebody has asked it some 10 times or 15 times. Please hear out what the cost is. So the entire course is taught in, it is a US based course. You have to pay fees in dollars. Okay. So now as a student, you are supposed to pay $945. Okay. However, please note, if you are doing this along with your graduation, let us say you're in first year BCom, second year BCom, third year BCom, some year of BCom, okay, or BBA, and your university or your college has a tie-up with IMA. If they don't have a tie-up, we can help and get the tie-up. Okay, that is not an issue. If they have a tie-up is nothing here. There is some kind of MOU or arrangement. That's all. Don't worry about it. They have to say that, we are suggesting, they have to apply to the IMA institute saying that, so-and-so is my student. He is pursuing the undergraduate degree with us. He's a good student, and they have to write some good literature about you, and they have to submit. And they select people and give scholarships for, there is a certain percentage. I think they give some 30-40% of people, applicants typically get scholarships. That's what I got to know. So those people get scholarships. For those people, entire course fee is waived. Please note, entire course fee is waived. Okay. Passing rate also will come to that. Entire course fee is waived. If not, because and from each college, they will give a scholarship only to 10 students, not more than in a year. Okay. So not more than 10 students can get scholarship in a year from a single college. And this has to be submitted by your principal or, designated authority. If you have completed graduation, obviously you cannot avail scholarship. Obviously you cannot, you're not qualified as a student. You have to approach as a professional. Now, whether you are a student or you're a professional, what happens is there are certain times of the year, and which we get to know, which you also get to know if you follow the IMA website and their Twitter handle and all of that, where for this, center part where there is some membership fee and entrance fee, they offer some 30 to 50% discounts. So if you look at this as $250 for a student and about $540 as for a professional, you get up to 50% discount on that. If you apply during certain periods of time. During certain periods of time in the year, they open a window where they give discount. So if you go through that route, you will get up to 50%. So let us take a student's case. In a student's case, if they get the entire scholarship, the cost is zero. Right? If they don't get the scholarship, out of this $250, only $125 is the cost for membership fee and entrance fee, and balance $700 you have to pay for the exam fee. So 700 plus 800, 125 is 825. 825 into 80, which is the current exchange rate, you'll probably have some 65,000 or something, which will be the cost that you will incur. Right? 65,000 will be the cost that you will incur. This is for what? This is for the fee that you have to pay to IMA. Now, what is the fees that you have to pay to us as a coaching institute, to somebody like OneFin? We charge a fee of 50,000 rupees. We charge a fee of 50,000 rupees. And this, we currently have an offer, which is valid till, I think, Tuesday, where you can also get extra 10% off, if you use a code called WISH10, and you get extra 10% off. This 50,000 plus whatever 65,000 I said, both put together, if you add, it costs you 1,20,000 thereabouts. So this 1,20,000 fee is for a student. If it is, let us say, a professional out of this 1,475, you will get another, $250 less because of the discounts if you register during certain periods. So it will be about $1,200, which will come to roughly about close to a lakh plus 50,000, 1.5 lakh. So totally, the cost for you to pursue this course, if you're a student, can be zero if you get a scholarship. If not, the cost of IMA fee will be roughly about 65,000 plus 50,000 what we charge. So for a student, it can be anywhere from 0 to 1,20,000. For a professional, it can be anywhere from 1,50,000 to a slightly higher number, which could be another 25,000. Because if you don't apply using this periods, then these specific periods, then you have to pay extra $250. Right now, somebody is asking whether the fee what we charge is 50,000 is for both parts. Yes. It is for both parts together, and we do not sell part-wise. It is absolutely clear. CMA coaching is given combined. We do not give part-wise coaching. Okay. So that is one more point. Anything you have to add, Suraj?
No, so just to add that it is not only the coaching fees or not only the tuition fees. We will also get material from one of the leading, I think, number one CMA preparation thing that will come to it. That's what we would be subsequently handling. You'll also get access to question banks. You'll get access to essay questions. A lot of things around. It's not only tuition. So tuition.
Yes, I will actually take you through that.
Yeah.
I will actually take you through that.
Yeah.
Right now, how to get scholarship? I said you have to be nominated by professor, and it is valid. If you complete both parts of the exam within 3 years. So if you get the moment you get the scholarship, you're supposed to finish exam within 3 years. Now, what is included when you say scholarship? Membership for 3 years, entrance fee, exam support package, then your registration fee for first attempt for both the parts. Please note first attempt only, and some course provider review material. What is this course provider review material? I will tell you as we move forward. Now, coming to coaching, is coaching necessary? We believe, you need support. You need support because it is not a easy, it is not a very simple thing. It is not like an undergrad. It is not a self-study course. If you honestly ask me, it is not. Even if you are a professional, the reason is, if you go with, you can actually go to their website and register and try and do it on your own. There is nobody stopping you. Okay. However, the thing is, if you go with people like Indigo Learn, we will give you material of an accredited provider like Gleim. Gleim is the world's #1 CMA course provider. Okay, we have tied up with Gleim. So what will happen is, we will conduct online classes, which are live plus recorded, and it's recorded backup and all of that. We have faculty who are CMA qualified, or people who have actually taught CMA students over the years. We will give you hard copy material of Gleim. We will give you hard copy material of Gleim, and most important of all of this, we will actually give you access to Gleim website, where you can access MCQs of the last, probably I think close to 3,000 or odd MCQs, which will help you understand and prepare for the, help you understand what is your preparation level, where are you lacking, what can be done better, and how you can improve, right? So all this comes as a package. If you go individually on your own and register, no, you won't get all of this. You'll again have to go and purchase something like, what we have said about Gleim, and that will actually cost you more than what it would cost you if you were to directly buy from people like us. Right. So please don't try and do this. I mean, if you're really interested, go and do it on your own, and nobody's stopping you. But then you'll end up, in order to avoid tuition fees, don't do the things, because tuition fee covers all of these. And if you go and do direct registration, you'll have to pay extra fees for Gleim or something, which will actually take you, which will cost you more. Now, somebody's asked, I'm second year BSc student. Even if you're a BSc, BCom, BBA, engineering, anything doesn't matter. You can go and pursue CMA. There are a lot of engineers who do CMA, right? But please note, it is, this is a course with respect to management accounting. Please don't expect, it to be different from, what the course name is. It is a management accounting course, so content will be management accounting related aspects only, right? So this is the first one part, and we believe that the coaching is definitely necessary. Now, there are some students who have been asking, what are the other courses we can do along with CMA US? You can pursue your, undergrad, BCom, BBA or something. There are a lot of people who do MBA and are doing CMA. There are people who do CFA and then do CMA. There are people who do CPA and CMA. Now, CFA and CMA is slightly smaller section, but the larger section, what we have seen is the other three: BCom CMA, MBA CMA, and CPA CMA. Especially for people who have this wish of migrating to US or Canada, no, we see a lot of them do both CPA and CMA, right? Now, what are you waiting for? You should come and enroll right away with us, and use the code, what I said, WISH10, WISH WISH 10, caps WISH 10, and register in this website, onefin.in/CMA-US, and you will be able to enroll with our course. And this particular course, this offer is valid only till 28th of February. Now, I'm coming to many more FAQs or many more questions that all of you have asked. Now, let me come to all of those. Sir, if I enroll for distance MBA, whether I'll be treated as student and claim scholarship? No, student is only if you are pursuing your undergrad. Other than that, nowhere else are you treated as a student. Okay, that is first point. Second year BSc actual match, will I be treated as BCom, BBA? Yes, you will be treated as same, no accounting background required, but it is up to you to figure out how you understand the subject of accounting. Does OneFin help to get experience in related industry placements? 100%. 100% will get you placed. You pass the exam through us, finish everything through us, we will ensure you get placed. Okay, we'll see. One thing is, I can take you in front of a company. I can't get you a job. No, for the job, you have to perform in the interview. Okay, so I will ensure that I will put you in front of 3 people or 5 people. But if you can, it is a duty of the student or the candidate to get the job. Okay, nobody can promise the job, but I can definitely put you.
Sorry, Sriram, you're saying something, please.
Yeah, but I'll definitely put you in front of people who are recruiters.
So one thing what I would want to clarify here also is there are a lot of others who come and say ki you finish this course and guarantee there will be a job. See, guaranteed job is it's very difficult for someone to get a job if, let's say, you are we put you to a company and you don't talk in the interview at all, or you give wrong answers, then it is difficult for us to place you in a job. So this will give you the skill set, this will give you the opportunity. We have connects with employers. We will send your resumes, we will forward your resumes to the respective HRs, and you will get an interview, but then you will have to perform in that interview to get the job.
Yes, correct.
What we don't want to miss saying that you spend 1.5 lakh, pass the course, the next day someone will come with a offer letter and give you in your hand. That doesn't happen. In fact, there are chartered accountants who will take 3 months, 4 months to get a job because they are not able to perform in the interview.
Correct. Now somebody's asked, sir, is student get a job after passing exam without experience? 100%. That is, if you are a good student, if you get good results, you will be able to get a job. Obviously, if you perform in the interview well. So that somebody was also asking, what is the pass percentage?
About 50-55% is the broad range.
Yes. Not pass marks. Huh? Pass marks is 360 out of 500.
Pass marks is your 360 out of 500. It's about 75%.
Yes, and whereas number of people who are passing is 50-55%. Right. Then somebody is asked, currently I'm pursuing CA Inter May 23. What would you suggest? When should I start? I'll enter third year BCom. Finish your CA Inter immediately and write the exams and immediately start off on CMA. That is my suggestion, Gaurav.
Right now, if you're doing May 23 exams, don't in between try to start this and do that and all that. You can get in touch with our team. We'll explain you the process. You can evaluate in the meanwhile, and then you can enroll.
Yes. Somebody's asked, my sister completed intermediate. If we enroll for CMA, if your coaching will cover basics or prior to that, she has to take any coaching. See, we will give some basic bridge course. But beyond that bridge course where we explain basic accounting or basic stuff, you have to put in that extra effort. Effort has to come from your side because
but it then, is sorry, please finish.
No, complete. Sorry.
Yeah, so for Rahul, for your specific question, we'll ensure that students who have done +2, they understand the topic, they are able to handle the topic. For that, if they need additional courses, additional videos and all, that will be provided. Like what Sriram was mentioning, right? Bridge courses and all of that will be given. We'll ensure we brush up your basics before we move to the advanced topics.
Yeah. But you please note, you have to put effort. Without, tali ek haath se nahi bajti hai. You require both hands to clap. So your side effort has to be there. Our side effort will be there. Only then things will happen. Somebody is asked, will you provide free access for 2 days like CA course? So this CMA, right? If you register with us, if you reach out to us, we can actually check with Glem and get you the access to their website, where you can actually see what their, how their website is, all of that. Obviously, you will not get the entire website. You will get certain modules, certain sections, how it looks, but you will not get the entire website. For our classes, see, we are going to start our classes in March, second week or third week. We've yet to decide the date because, there is some other thing clashing. So most likely March third week when we will start our classes. For the demos, we will obviously be putting up some of the videos on our YouTube channel. There'll be some demo course on our website and so on and so forth. But, from a client perspective, we can actually get you a demo if you're interested. Send out an email to the, to the email ID shown on the screen, support@indigoloan.com, and we will provide you. Right now, registration validity. Will other students have free access of CMA practice? Only MCQs like we have CA? No, we will not be at the moment. We are not giving all the MCQs of CMA for free. We have plans for that, but probably that will also take time, a year or so, because we have to build the entire history and all of that. But Glenn, we can give you access if you are interested.
And you can also see, some of you, if you want to understand what kind of questions are asked, whether we'll be able to answer them in the examination or not, you can send an email to us. We'll share with you the support package where there are past exam questions, which will give you an idea. But it's not that just by looking at the support package, you'll pass the examination, but those will give you an idea of type of questions tested in the examination.
Okay. And this is also going to be posted in the YouTube channel. So in case somebody was asking whether we'll post, yes, we will post. Do we provide offline coaching? No, this is 100% online. This is going to be provided online only. We will not provide any offline coaching for CMA. Okay. We may have some arrangements with some colleges, but that is very independent. where we have a tie-up with the college, but this entire seminar, this webinar is for online coaching only. Then if I'm doing a degree that's not major in accounting and finance, will I get credit points to do CPA after my CMA, or will I have to do MBA in correspondence? This is a good question, Suraj.
So, okay, to the extent, I also don't have an, offhand answer. Okay. But I think we have to check with the respective, boards where you would be, maybe applying for your CPA licenses. So
Yes.
where you'll be writing the examination, right? So CMA, whether they give credit or not, if you have, if you have this specific thing that you want to do CMA and then pursue CPA for the credit thing, please drop in, email to us. We'll check
and we'll
with
check
them.
and get back. Yeah, we'll check and get back. Now, coming to other questions that we got on Google form, what time do you need daily to dedicate for CMA? So our coaching will be how many hours, Suraj? Roughly about 200 hours, right?
220 to 240 hours would be the coaching.
Correct. And spread over a period of 8 to 10 months.
Yeah.
8 to 10 months. So we will be 8 to 10 months means what? You have 300 days. We will teach 220 hours. So each session probably will be about a couple of hours at least from our side. So every day you also have to put in at least an hour or so that you brush up and you are constantly in touch with the subject. Project finance for active API manufacturing industry. I don't know what this question means. Will I get a job in this sector? Yes, probably you may get. Can I get the exemption in US CMA if I finish Indian CMA? As I said, there are no exemptions. How many years will it take to complete this course? It can be completed anywhere between 6 months to 12 months. I have completed CMA Group 4 exam and left with Group 3 since articles with clash. I have completed and I have BCom degree. Any exemptions? Absolutely no exemptions. I want full information about CMA US. We have given this. What's difficulty as compared to 12th standard? Of course, it is difficult than 12th standard. Your 12th standard is a board exam. This is a professional course, Aditya. So it is difficult. It is as good as any other professional course. Will I able to be pursue simultaneously with Indian CMA and CA? See, as far as Indian CA regulations are concerned, they allow you to pursue only one course along with it. So that is CA part. But technically, you can pursue. There is nobody stopping you, if you want to pursue. Right. Where can I register for CMA US? You register with us at onefin.in/CMA US. How many hours? 220 hours is a coaching. Course is available free of cost? No. Course is a paid course. It is not available free of cost. Is it better than CA qualification? How about job opportunities? We exactly explained this. CA is a very different animal. CMA is a different animal. There are some roles for which both of them are used. Both of them are preferred, but there are some roles for which only CAs are preferred. So, which is better is not the right question. What do you want to do is the right question. Do you want to get into taxation audit, or you want to get into finance, or you want to get into business finance or management accounting? That is the right question, rather than is it good or bad than CA. How are the opportunities and roles? We discussed about it. I am a CA, CMA foundation aspirant. How can I do CMA US? Please register with us, enroll with us, buy the course with us. You will be able to do it. Then what time do you need to daily dedicate for CMA? Hardly an hour is what I said. Yes, I think I've covered all the questions. No, fee structure. Yes, we explained about the fee structure also in detail. Opportunities and role also, we have explained it in detail. Now there are some more questions in chat. Both levels 8 months. Yes, both level will finish in 8 months to 20 hours. Yes, Rahul will finish both levels in 8 months to 20 hours. Will the full course be conducted live or only revision sessions and outline? No, full course. See, this is the first batch, boys. So with first batch, we will conduct the session live. If you miss any of the sessions, we will obviously be doing it with you can access recorded classes. We will also conduct revision sessions and doubt clarification sessions. So with respect to first batch, at least, I don't think you should have any concern about whether it is live or not, because it is going to be 100% live. Now, there is someone who sent me a bunch of questions. Just give me a sec. Somebody is saying that there is an error not to update as CMA US. I was sending the mail that screenshot. I will go through Siri. I don't know what you're referring to. If you have sent any email to support@indigolearn.com, we will go through it and get back. In fact, I can show you the website is visible. I don't know what you're actually saying. Just give me one sec. Website, if you click something called as programs, there is the last tab which talks about CMA US. You click on that, it opens up. Okay, you can download a brochure, you can enroll with us directly, you click here and buy. Okay, so everything is available. So I don't know what you're referring to, Siri. Everything is available here. There is no issue, especially with as far as we are concerned with respect to the CMA page. I don't know what you were referring to, but anyway, it is working. If you have any problem, please reach out to us at support web ID, or please reach out to us at the ID that I'm showing on screen, which is our email address or our phone number, and you will be able to get all the details there. We also have detailed FAQs available on our website. Right. So I think we have covered all the questions. If there are no further questions, I think we can conclude this particular session. Anything else you want to add, Suraj? We're good, right?
No, we're good. If anybody wants to speak to any of my earlier students who have completed CMA to get more idea, please reach out to us. We'll put you through them. Okay, you can take an independent view and then take a decision.
Yeah, and we have the offer 10% off Wish 10, WISH Wish 10. It is applicable from today till 28th. Please use that and register with us, and you can get 10% off on that 50,000 rupees what we were saying. And once you pay this 50,000 rupees, we will tell you when you should pay the balance 60-70,000 to the CMA Institute. Okay, don't rush, go there and pay the money. Okay, that we will tell you when to do. There is a window when you have to do it. We will let you know, we will help you, we will guide you. Okay, so I think we can conclude the session here. Thanks a lot everyone for your patience, patiently listening to our this session. We wish you a very good night and all the very best. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you enroll with us. All the very best.